Lee Cronin, if you wanted to direct another Evil Dead movie, I'm sure you could have just asked. And this is my spoiler-free review of Lee Cronin's The Mummy to let y'all know why I think that. And I thought that Lee Cronin's The Mummy was a decent enough Blumhouse horror movie. I think it has some really good blood and gore effects, and there were a lot of scenes like the toenail scene that were very effective at getting a reaction out of me. But there's a point in the film where some of that just becomes redundant because it's happening so much to the point where the film's just trying to shock you with no actual substance to it. And look, I am a fan of the Terrifier movies, so that can work for me on certain occasions, but it's just something about the way that it was done in this film in particular that just started to rub me the wrong way by the time I got into the third act. But I do think that that style could be effective for a lot of people out there. I'm sure there will be big fans of Lee Cronin's The Mummy. I'm just not one of them because the script for this film just had some serious issues, man. There were multiple scenes that didn't make any sense, especially the funeral scene. Like the logic with that scene and the fact that they got Katie back on a plane back to America, like, whew, I think a lot of this story just needed to go back to the drawing board just to kind of make it tighter and make way more sense. And bad movie logic is something that doesn't normally bother me as bad as most people. Also, I just didn't care enough about the characters or anything that was going on with them. The whole Egyptian storyline could have just been cut from the movie. I was not interested in that at all. Even though, funny enough, that storyline is the most that this movie has to do with it being a mummy movie. Because like I said in the intro, Lee Cronin did not want to make a mummy movie. He wanted to make an Evil Dead Rise 2, but with a weaker script. And he sprinkled in some elements of The Exorcist in there. Overall, though, if you're a horror movie fan, I would still recommend checking this one out for yourself and just kind of forming your own opinion. Because I do think there will be fans of Lee Cronin's The Mummy out there, and I don't want to discourage y'all from finding that out for yourself. But if you're not a horror movie fan or just avidly watch horror movies, I think you could skip this one altogether or just stream it at home. Which leads to this being my scorecard for Lee Cronin's The Mummy. And y'all make sure to follow for more horror movie content just like this.